Seriously, guys, I donate to your Dunwoody Police Department.
So those lights and sirens mean nothing? We're just out here.
I call my father.
No.
He owns the island.
Some people seem to think that money, fame, or power can get them out of trouble anytime. Thankfully, when it comes to law enforcement officers, it makes no difference whether you're young, rich, or have been on a TV show. They'll treat you with the same amount of respect, but won't back down from placing those handcuffs on you once you've gone overboard.
So I get it, you feel bad now, but there's a little wake-up call for you to stop doing that, okay?
Yes, I agree.
Okay.
Stay tuned to watch some of the calmest cops around, and also how some of them eventually lose their patience with the wealthy and obnoxious. Meet Carol. According to her, all she did was try to catch an Uber to get home when she was arrested by the police for what she claimed to be a wrongful accusation, and it didn't stop her from immediately pointing out she's made donations to local authorities. Like that has anything to do with her current situation.
I'm trying to get an Uber home.
If you pull away from
Are
my
you
officer
guys
one more
seriously
time,
doing this?
I will have another charge on you. And yes, I'm dead serious.
Why? I'm just trying to go home.
Well, tonight you're going to jail, unfortunately. Have a seat in the car.
There's no charges under anything.
I'm not going to argue with you about it. Have a seat in the
Guys,
truck.
seriously, I've got a company.
get in
I
the
donate
car.
to Dunwoody.
Get in the back of the Tahoe before
What
you
are
get
you
another
guys
charge.
doing? Oh my God.
Carol soon went from acting confused to being extremely irritated. I mean, I would too if I was arrested for just chilling out on the street. This wasn't the case though, as officers soon let Carol know what she was being detained for.
I want to know the charges right now.
I'll tell you when you get in the truck.
No, you
I've already
tell me
told
now.
you.
That is
Disorderly
my
under the
right.
influence and obstruction because you're fighting where you're pulling away
I'm
from my officer.
trying to go home.
You are under arrest. Get in the back of the truck.
Here's where she begins to show her true colors. She probably knew you're not supposed to outright threaten a police officer, but she's becoming increasingly demanding and points out she may be more important than those cops believe.
What is your officer's name? Who are you?
I'm Sergeant Foreman.
Foreman?
Yeah.
Okay.
Move your foot.
I donate
Move your
tons
foot.
of money to Dunwoody.
So you're trying to go and sit there and say
No,
that because
I don't
you
want
donate
any
money, you
favors,
can go to
but
jail?
there is no reason for this. I'm sitting there waiting for Uber to go home.
Okay.
To go home.
You're intoxicated out in public and you're...
So what?
Let's go back a couple of moments prior when police officers first met the woman. They were patrolling the area after a 911 call mentioned a couple fighting outside a hotel. They didn't catch the man and woman who were going at it, sure, but by the disheveled look of this lady, they knew something was wrong.
You okay?
Good.
You're what?
I'm good.
Did you call 911?
No?
Okay, because someone called saying that you were getting beat up.
Ew. Who would
I
do
don't
that?
know. Were you with someone?
I'm from New York. I don't get beat up.
Hey, I believe you, but were you just with someone?
No.
No?
No.
So, people from New York don't get beaten up? That's new. Carol insisted that she'd not been in a fight. In fact, she was downright upset that the cops could assume someone like her could ever get injured. She also kept going with her history as a business owner, trying to further intimidate the officer.
Right, well, when I'm told that someone was beating up a white female in a white dress, and you don't have any shoes on,
Do you really think I would put up with that?
I don't know you, but I'm here to verify with you.
Okay. No one's touched me. I appreciate. I support Dunwoody. I have a business over here.
That's affirmative.
Ew. I would never get touched from anyone.
Okay, that's fine.
Since he had little luck with Carol, this first officer went on to search for the alleged man involved in the fight. At the same time, a second officer received confirmation that Carol was indeed the woman they were looking for, and she matched the physical description provided by a witness. This one went in for a second shot at trying to get the story out of her.
Okay, well, what's going on out here tonight?
No one touched me.
I didn't ask that. So what's going on tonight?
Nothing.
Okay. So why are we out here and why do I got like multiple reports that you had a fight with someone out here?
Seriously.
Yeah, seriously.
There's no problem.
Well, there is a problem.
What is the problem that was called in?
Because there's disturbance between you and another male.
As the questioning went on, Carol became increasingly arrogant and agitated. She had problems keeping her posture, her speech was slurred, and she was obviously in no mood to cooperate with officers.
So ridiculous.
Go ahead and lock her up. Go ahead.
What?
You're under arrest right now.
For what?
For disorderly.
Angelo!
What am I doing?
Relax your arms.
Relax.
Before you catch another
Guys,
charge.
come on.
Relax.
I'm trying to wait for Uber.
I don't care. Relax your
I'm
arms.
waiting for.
Just a few feet away, on the same street, another group of officers found Carol's partner, a man named Angelo. He's the one you heard screaming at Carol from a distance in the previous clip. They began questioning him about their fight, and at first, he was a bit more cooperative. Problem was, Angelo was inebriated as well, and wasn't in the right headspace to give officers the information they needed.
I did not do anything. Oh, see? So someone else called something. So who called what?
Right. Someone called us, and she was standing there as the only person that matched the description who was in an altercation with now you, because she's naming you, and the front desk clerk saw you two together earlier.
Hey, Carol? Carol, I did nothing.
Do you have an ID on you, sir?
Oh, sure. I have an idea on it.
Okay.
I do feel that I did nothing, Carol.
So you can talk to me.
Why is she being apprehended?
Here's where it might have been a smart move for the two of them to pretend like they didn't know each other. Maybe they didn't believe the situation would escalate as much as it did. Maybe they thought, simply because they're rich, they could move past officers and get away with making a public scandal. It didn't take long for Angelo to get angry too, only this time he decided to go with a different strategy.
For her to be hogtied, what I saw there, 4 men hogtied her. Unacceptable. And I want to know what's going on.
Okay. I'm sure you'll be getting an answer here in the next couple minutes.
Okay. And I will admit, you hogtie her, you are going to feel the wrath from her. So I don't understand why she was hogtied. That's what I want to understand. 4 men physically putting her down and hogtying her. So I want to understand what that is.
Are y'all married?
It doesn't matter if we're married.
It does matter.
No, it does not. We are common. We are together. So I want to understand what this is.
Are you married or not?
No, we are not.
Y'all live in the same house.
Yes, we live in the same house.
How long have y'all lived together?
2 years.
Okay. So the reason why we're out here is because we got a call of a fight between
From who? From who?
someone that called 911.
From who?
Doesn't matter. Somebody called about it, man.
It doesn't matter from who.
It absolutely does. Independent witness.
I want to understand 4 men taking a woman down, hogtying her. And that's what you did. Where is she? And I'm here.
Sorry, Angelo, but there were too many cameras on all those officers for anyone to believe that Carol was some sort of damsel in distress. And you kinda let it slip yourself that once you mess with this lady, you will feel her wrath. None of those officers put her down, and she wasn't physically assaulted. Soon enough, another officer made his way into the front of the hotel to confirm Angelo's identity and how the altercation took place.
I'm out here trying to talk to you. I don't know what's going on yet, man.
What he was saying, he just wanted to remain
So you're asking what's going on. I'm trying to help you understand why we're out
and he
here.
was out there yelling and cussing at her. So it was loud enough to where it drew the attention of another person. So
You under arrest?
I'm under arrest.
Yeah, go and stand up. Go ahead and stand up.
Yes, sir.
Put your hands behind the back.
Yes, sir.
Split your hands.
And may I ask why I'm under arrest?
for disorderly under the influence and disorderly conduct.
Angelo was a bit more cooperative after he got arrested. He was also right about Carol's anger issues. What went on in the police car after they apprehended the woman just goes to show some people really do believe that money and influence can buy it all.
You guys are ridiculous. I've done nothing wrong. Just waiting for Uber to go home. If y'all want to listen to the homeless guy of his bull, God, I'm gonna call a few people once I get a phone call ability to Dunwoody. Absolutely. This is ridiculous. People talk. You guys are making a big mistake. Big mistake. I sued my lawyer and I debarred him. I have lawyers. I have lots of people around me. My salon, my business has been vandalized through homeless people. You guys gonna listen to these people? You are done.
All that talk about money and influence didn't work? No problem. She went on to play the independent female card. Obviously, all entrepreneurs should be admired and supported for their hard work, but it does not give them a literal get-out-of-jail-free card whenever they get in trouble.
Look up my company. Look at the reports. What I do as a female. Almost homeless people sitting in front of my salon, almost watching me to be watched over. My salon girls, my girls, 15 employees I do. You're ridiculous. You're retarded. Look at my business. Look at the reports. What I do, how I protect myself as a female small business owner in Atlanta, Georgia. You want to put me in jail? I got employees to do tomorrow morning. I gotta go to work tomorrow morning. You want to put me in jail because I have a dispute over someone and I remove myself to get an Uber?
Carol, we get it. You have a salon and a problem with homeless people. What does that have to do with you getting into a fight with your partner in front of a hotel and making witnesses uncomfortable late at night? Desperate times call for desperate measures. But once Carol figured out there was no escape, she took one last jab at the police officer she was talking to in the car.
I will find you in court and I will destroy you. I know the law. I watch men off in front of my salon, in front of Park Place, next door to Cafe Intermezzo. That's why they're not open during the day, because there's so many homeless doing and they break in every day. You want to take me down? Who's going to show up tomorrow for my employees? My employees. I did something great for my life. Yeah, I did it. You're going to take me away from my company. Go for it. You sleep good tonight, officer. You're nowhere worth an officer at all. Go to academy. Go to New York. You're a loser. You're nowhere near an officer. My two fathers served. You want to book me? Who's going to go over there tomorrow morning to clean up the from the homeless? Really, what would have been great is just get a ride home.
There's still no update on either of the two feisty lovers' cases, but we do know they were both arrested and taken into custody for similar charges. I guess the School for New York Female Entrepreneurs did not teach her how to behave in public or how to negotiate with law enforcement. Now, this next woman doesn't seem entitled at all. On the contrary, she was apologetic and cooperative. However, she didn't share much with the officers who detained her. Moreover, her reasons for committing the crime don't make any sense at all. Let's see if we can figure it out together.
It happens, ma'am. Just
No, it doesn't. It's just bad. It's so bad.
Happens more often than it's due.
Yeah, but
I'll be honest with you, Melissa.
Yes.
We're in 2023, Melissa.
Yes.
You know where's the only place that they don't have cameras?
I don't know.
In the bathroom. There are cameras all over. We have cameras.
Yes.
They have cameras all over the store. The only reason why you haven't been detained or under arrest before is because when they have called us before, we've been busy.
Yeah.
But they've been looking for you.
Oh, I did not know.
Yeah. Well, you have $940 already in merchandise, Melissa. You know what I mean? Like, I can't even afford that right now. There's a lot of money. Okay? So I get it, you feel bad now, but there's a little wake-up call for you to stop doing that, okay?
Yes, I agree.
Okay. I'm not giving you like a, oh my God, this cop is, giving me a little, how they call it, like a speech. No, I've been doing this for a long time, okay?
I understand.
Melissa had been apprehended just a couple of moments prior to this conversation. Police got a hold of her as she was about to leave Target with a cart full of groceries. Problem was, she didn't pay for all the goods she'd taken out of the store. Thankfully, there was no resistance from the suspect, and the officers were able to take her inside the building for questioning.
Ma'am, let's go inside. We need to talk to you. You're detained right now for shoplifting, okay?
Okay.
Let's go inside.
Okay. I'll take this.
Hands out of your pocket. Your hand out of your pocket.
Sorry.
Do you have any weapons on you, ma'am?
No, I do not.
Okay. Let's take a seat here.
Yes.
Do you have an ID on you?
I don't. Let's see. No, I do not.
Okay.
I have it in my car.
Okay.
People shoplifting? Nothing new. But why would a person with more than enough money to afford a decent lifestyle do such a thing? Because you see, that's precisely Melissa's story. Not only was she a doctor, but she also had a pretty good job being an associate chief medical officer at a local university in New Mexico. Her wages peaked at around $300,000. So it doesn't seem like she had to resort to stealing in order to make ends meet.
So you probably know that we know what we're doing, right? And they've been looking at you for a very long time. So
I did not know that.
okay, well I'm telling you now. They've
Okay.
been looking at you, right? And they know, and they've been looking at you and the other targets as well.
Okay.
So he's gonna give me a total for the whole merchandise.
Okay.
I'm gonna ask you more questions in a second, okay?
This wasn't a first-time offense for Melissa, and this wasn't the first supermarket she'd done this to. She'd been followed by Target security and police officers for at least a few months before her arrest.
And I'm gonna be very transparent with you. They have more cases work against you, okay? I have seen that face. If I have $1 for every time that I see that face, I wouldn't be doing this.
Yeah.
So they'll give me all the information, and I'll explain you everything what's going on, okay? I just gonna do a quick pat down because I noticed that you were reaching your pockets.
You'd think she just stuffed her pockets with random stuff, but that wasn't the case. This woman's strategy was a bit more sophisticated. She would use the self-checkout counters when leaving the store, only she would scan different, cheaper items rather than those she'd taken from the shelves. After she was detained, as most petty thieves do, Melissa tried to pull the good old "I'm about to faint" act.
You good?
Just so nervous.
Okay.
It didn't work because officers already knew what she did for a living. She was a doctor, of course, so she should have had pretty good knowledge of what to do when you're unable to breathe. Or if you look at it from another angle, she knew exactly how to realistically fake a panic attack.
Do you have to take any medications?
No.
If you sit straight, you're probably gonna be able to breathe better.
I'm sorry, what?
If you sit straight, you're gonna be able to breathe better.
Sorry, say that again.
If you sit straight,
Oh.
you'll probably like lean against the wall if you have to.
Thank you.
Do you work at like a doctor's office or something?
Now, we don't know if Melissa really had some sort of money problem or if she was just a kleptomaniac. One Target employee mentioned that at one point, Melissa didn't even bother to scan any of the objects she'd taken. She just ran off towards the exit without paying a single dime.
Okay, ma'am, at this point, you're gonna be under arrest for shoplifting, okay?
Okay.
Within the last 90 days, you've been catching camera, shoplifting around $940, which is in New Mexico, is a felony, okay?
Melissa did express remorse after being charged, though she did not go to jail in the end. She entered a pre-prosecution plan with the local DA's office in Albuquerque and self-reported to her superiors at her job and subsequently took paid administrative leave. Our next rich kid was escorted from a restaurant in Illinois because his intoxication level had reached a point where he was no longer cooperative with either restaurant staff or officers. What followed was a masterclass in patience from the cops, who tried to persuade him to leave the property.
Back away from me, sir.
Management would like you to leave the property.
Yeah, back away from me.
So you have kind of two options at this point.
I tipped them 30%. Back the away
like
from me.
to leave?
Yeah, back away from me.
Okay, so you need to leave.
So I'm gonna open this up without any problems. I'm gonna get the hotel key that he's requesting, and you're gonna back away from me more than this arm length, please.
I'm telling you right now, if you
Your
make
car's been
contact
backed up.
with me,
Your car's been.
You're gonna get arrested.
All right, that's it.
You're gonna get arrested.
You really want to go this way?
And I'm telling you, if you make
Back
contact
away.
with me, You're
yes,
gonna get arrested.
back away from me.
So
It doesn't really matter how much you tipped if you're gonna act like a lunatic afterward. Despite being in real danger of being arrested, the culprit, named Daniel Hiltz, kept being disrespectful with police officers, the restaurant staff, and other guests of the establishment. Everyone was just trying to help and didn't show any aggression towards Daniel, though at this point, no one would blame them if they did.
I have no idea who he is, but you ain't gonna trust me with your.
Get in that car. You're going to jail, bro.
No, I'm not driving. Yeah, Gucci bag, cool, bro.
Nobody don't give a fuck about that Gucci bag. You get ready to get an Uber, your shit is straight.
Cough drops, bro. With your dumb ass.
The cops that night must have felt extra generous, since they even let Daniel grab some stuff out of his car before leaving. Most of the time, this doesn't happen with police officers. You never know what someone might end up grabbing out of their car, potentially leading to someone getting hurt. You can tell that the officers are getting fed up. In one last peaceful attempt, one of the police officers asked Daniel to leave.
has a chance to leave the property, otherwise you're gonna get arrested for trespass.
Yeah.
Do you understand me?
Yeah.
So start walking or call an Uber.
Yeah, so I'm gonna get an Uber?
Start walking or call me and call an Uber.
Hang on. Do you mind?
This is the last time you're gonna be told this.
Do you mind?
Bro, come on, gotta take to him.
Yeah.
So either take this free ride.
I'm trying to get my money. I'm trying to get my phone.
Bro, get your money and your phone. And
Yeah, that's all
I'll take you to there.
You don't got to.
That's the on recording, bro. Y'all crazy. Enjoy that. This one is tea, right?
Oh man, they were even gonna offer him a free ride. All Daniel had to do was get his money and his phone out of his car and leave. But of course, he just couldn't. He just kept on getting on everyone's last nerve.
Grab your money then.
Grab your money, let's go.
Trying to get my cigarettes too.
Come on, I've been taking.
Hey, bro. Yo.
Let's go, bro.
Just helping you out to find your stuff, man.
I don't need that. Turn it off.
We want it.
Turn it off, man.
Just helping you out.
Don't be rude. Yo, ready?
There's your
Turn it
Gucci
off,
bag.
bro. I
Yeah.
don't give a f.
Okay, take up the free ride.
Let's go.
Take up the free
Not
ride,
being
man.
f***ing
Go
rude
home.
at all. You're being rude, bro.
No.
What the f*** did I do wrong to you, bro?
Just go home with the
At
free
all.
ride.
The officer who was pointing the flashlight didn't really want to help Daniel find his stuff in the car. Most likely, he just wanted to make sure he wouldn't pull out a weapon or do something to hurt himself. In the state he was in, there was clearly no way to negotiate with this spoiled, intoxicated customer, so officers were left with no choice.
Let's go.
In the car. In the truck.
I'm not going anywhere with y'all.
You know what? Take it
I'm walking my ass.
Put your hands behind your back. Put your hands behind your back.
Ow! 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 What the f***?
Behind your back.
What?
Put your hands behind your back.
Hands are here. Ow!
Come on.
I am running a surgery. Ow! Ow! What? What the f*** did I do?
You would have expected Daniel to resist the arrest, but I have to say, the crying did come as a surprise. With his inflated ego, you'd probably expect to see a bit more bravery from him when being arrested. Instead, he just showed that behind all that cockiness was a weak, oversized toddler.
Dude, you broke my shoulder again, please. Stop. Stop. Ow.
I'm trying to get that off.
No.
Get up, man. Stop.
No, I can't, dude. You broke my left shoulder. No, stop. Ow.
I can't get my backpack off.
Yeah, I can,
Yo, my left shoulder.
stand up.
Yeah, no.
Cops undergo a lot of training to know how to properly detain a person, so in this case, there's perhaps little to no chance they could hurt the man when they handcuffed him. After a bit of struggle, Daniel was finally placed inside the police car. But if you think that after all that crying and whining he didn't have any fight left in him, you're sorely mistaken. He decided to start threatening the police officers. It surely didn't help his case, but in his inebriated condition, you'd expect nothing less.
Watch what I do to you. Get in my wallet, get in my bag. You're not gonna get up on me because you're power hungry. You bring me home now. Bring me home now. And they're gonna make you bring me home? Oh my God. I'm gonna eat you alive. Where's my wallet? Where's my wallet? Where is it?
I'm telling you right now, if you spit on me again through the shield, you're gonna go right to
I
county.
wanna get out now. I'm gonna sue you. Let me out, you terrorist. Let me out. I wanna get out now. With all my belongings, get me out now.
Get me out now, I'm gonna eat you alive.
He even finished it off with some name calling, because at this point, why hold back?
Let me go! Let me go! Nazi, let me go! Let me go! Nazi, let me go! Let me go, public servant!
After being booked into Will County Jail, Daniel's bail was set at $25,000. He was charged with aggravated battery to an officer, aggravated assault, obstructing justice, criminal trespass to property, and resisting arrest. Despite flaunting that expensive designer bag, reports claim that Daniel wasn't initially able to post the amount of money needed, so he did spend a while in jail. Maybe a bit of time behind bars would do him good. Turns out, restaurants and bars aren't the only places people like to get drunk at. Apparently, some individuals seem to think that airports are a nice place to get hammered too. Like this lady, for instance.
Stop. We're going out.
No, we're not.
You're not going to get rebooked. You're causing a disruption. Stop.
No, I'm not. No,
Ma'am.
I'm not. No,
You're
I'm
going to
not.
go out the doors.
No, I'm not.
You are. We've gotten numerous
Because
calls.
I'm
People have
walking
flagged
through
us
and
down.
saying I'm white. Because I'm walking through saying I'm a white person.
How much have you had to drink today?
I'm walking through saying I'm white.
How much have you had to drink today?
I'm walking through saying I'm white.
You're causing a disruption.
You see, lady, it's not the fact that you're white that's the issue here. It's the fact that you're yelling at people on a random day at the airport, urging them to get out of your way. And if you're drunk enough that a police officer can smell it on you, well, there's no point acting confused about why you're being apprehended.
Why can I not walk through and be an American citizen and say I'm white?
You're causing people alarm, concern.
Oh.
You're causing people to move out of your way.
Oh, really? Because I'm walking through and saying I'm white? Because I'm saying I'm white? I have a privilege as a U.S. constitutional person to say I'm white.
Okay, but you don't have a right to be intoxicated, and I can smell it on your breath.
Well, you know, I'm white. I'm white. Are you going to arrest me because I'm white?
I don't know what you're
Are you
getting
going to arrest
at,
me
but
because I'm white?
I've never said anything about that. So.
I don't know what version of the Constitution she may have read, but the official one doesn't mention anything about being white or its privileges. Officers then tried to obtain some form of identification from her, hoping that she might dial down on the entitlement.
You're not going to show me your ID?
I don't have to.
Are you going to give him your ID? Yes, you do. Show him your ID right now.
I'm investigating public intox.
Are you done?
I'm done. I think we're good.
Excuse me. Excuse me.
Don't resist. We're done.
I need to do that.
Are you kidding me?
Absolutely
Don't
not.
tense up. Let go.
This is America.
It is. We're a nation of laws.
Ready? I'll grab it.
Officers tried to take this woman out of the airport calmly so they could continue questioning her. Unfortunately, this woman was not going to go down quietly, and I mean that in the most literal sense.
This is what happens if you ask someone if you're white. Wow. Are you white? This is what asking someone if you're white. If you're white, all I said was, are you white? Because you're not. Wow. Are you white? Don't ask someone if you're white.
While she was being escorted out of the building, the woman kicked one of the officers. Maybe she thought she could escape, or maybe she simply did it out of spite. Regardless of her reason, it did more harm to her, as she fell face down afterwards. As they tried to pick her up, the cops noticed something on her nose, and it indicated she'd consumed more than just a bit of booze.
Stop it. Walk. Did she kick you?
Yeah.
If you're white.
Don't let her bite you. Watch her
I'm not going to bite
Yeah,
anyone.
she'll do it once.
If you're white. If you're white.
Yeah, go ahead.
Are you white?
She has white stuff on her nose.
You people don't know who the I am or who I know. Are you white? 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 It's the only question I ask. Are you white?
To make sure she wouldn't bite or spit on the officers, they decided to place a mask on her mouth. It didn't take long before the woman started complimenting herself. Then she started yelling the word black, like that was gonna do her any good.
Lift your head up.
Wow, what is this country come to that you will not allow someone to say, are you white? Get this off my face. Please, I am a citizen. Get it off my face. If not, I will sue every one of you. I am so sorry that I am a beautiful white person and said, are you white? I said black, 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 black. Oh my God, I said black. I said the word black. Oh my God, I said black. I said the word black.
Officers had to be cautious. The woman was inebriated and had probably taken other substances too. So, to make sure she was safe, they called in an ambulance to have her vitals checked. She was a tad bit nicer with the doctors, sure, but it didn't do much to help her case. For her final act, she felt the need to cry out her political views.
Sorry, I'm a Republican. This is what happens when you're a Republican. I didn't do anything wrong. Jacob, I didn't do anything wrong. I didn't do any drugs. I didn't do anything except have several beers.
In the end, the woman was charged with multiple counts, including intoxication in public, battery upon a police officer, resisting, and obstructing. Just like the white, beautiful Republican you just witnessed, this next drunk driver also resisted arrest. After she was taken down by police officers, she desperately began pleading for her father to come to her rescue. At first, you might think the officers overreacted, but once you find out what really happened, you will share their frustration.
Dad! Dad!
Get on your...
Dad! They have me on the floor! Dad! Dad! I don't know what I did! What am I doing? Why are you doing this?
One detained.
Why are you doing this? Why are you doing this? Why? My cat is in the car. Why are you doing this?
Okay, let go of your phone.
No, I'm not. My dad is on the phone.
Just a few moments prior to her arrest, young Stephanie Bloodworth couldn't care less that cops had been following her, and at one point were even pointing a weapon at her. Officers were called in to assist with apprehending this woman, as she'd already hit a palm tree and almost ran into innocent people on the street.
Turn off of the vehicle. Turn it off. Stand in front of my patrol vehicle right now. Right now. Ma'am.
Sorry, what are you accusing me of?
Ma'am. You need to come over here right now.
Why?
Because I'm telling you to. You're running from me.
I did not. I'm right here.
Yeah. Now you are.
So, what do you want?
Ma'am.
What do you need?
Do you need me to pepper spray you? You need to get over here right now.
For what?
Turn around.
For what?
511, she's refusing to comply. Get, hey! Get out of the vehicle.
You got me up, bro. I own this.
Actively resisting. Get out of the... Get out of the vehicle! She's taking off!
The woman took off, despite clear instructions from the officer to move away from her vehicle. She had to be stopped a second time, and that's when things got heated. Like drunk driving and resisting arrest weren't enough, Stephanie then tried to kick one of the police officers that were barely managing to restrain her.
Hey!
You are not gonna kick me. This is not okay. Get your leg over here and turn over.
April, she's actively fighting still.
What happened? What?
One of the cops proceeded to explain to Stephanie why she was being arrested. Despite clearly being an adult, she kept asking for her father to come. Her behavior switched from that of an innocent, helpless child to an outright defiant brat, even admitting that she could have indeed hurt someone.
No, this is what happens when you flee and then you kick me.
I didn't flee and I didn't kick you.
So those lights and sirens mean nothing? We're just out here.
Can I call my father?
No.
He owns the island.
11, you can release the air.
Call my father.
I'm not calling your dad.
Then what are you
How
gonna
old
do?
are you? How old are you?
I'm 24.
Okay, 24, we don't need to call your dad.
Yeah, you're right. And you're not gonna take me in either.
You could have killed someone.
Yes, you could
Yeah, I
have.
could have killed you too, but you're alive, right?
Right, you
need to notify him.
I don't need to notify anyone. You're an adult.
Yeah, because who are you?
He's the police.
I didn't know that.
Her father eventually made it down to witness the scene and did his best to calm his daughter. By the looks on the man's face and the amount of patience he had with her, this probably wasn't the first time his not-so-little girl was acting up.
Dad!
Ma'am.
Dad!
Stephanie, you have to calm down.
Why are they?
Copy 7275 you've been drinking, and you were speeding. And now the way you've acted, you've gotten yourself in a deep hole, and they're going to take you to jail. So calm down. There's nothing I can do.
Just see why I am.
Calm down. I'll get down there and see you when I can. I'll try to get down there tonight. But you can't start acting out. It's just going to get worse.
The officer who had chased Stephanie did a retelling of the events, still trying to keep his positive attitude.
You got out of the car, got back in the car, took off, ran multiple stop signs. I am so happy that she didn't kill someone. It's a blessing in disguise.
Still, a bit later on, when they'd finally taken Stephanie to the police station, he couldn't help but express his frustration to his colleagues.
I can't with her, man. I really can't.
After Stephanie arrived at the Monroe County Detention Facility, she seemed to calm down as the officers gave instructions to Stephanie on how to perform the field sobriety test. She decided it was high time for a good old break. I mean, she was probably tuckered out after driving all day.
Once you begin, do not stop until the exercise is completed. Stephanie, do you understand these instructions?
You need 9 steps. Count it.
9 steps, heel to toe, turn around by taking a series of small steps. Do I need to show it to you again? You sure you understand?
Stretch, though.
You need to stretch?
Well, I just been driving all day.
All right, Stephanie, you have to. We got to start doing this, okay?
Right,
do you need me to explain the instructions again to you?
No.
Are you sure that you understand?
A tad bit too late, one might say, but the only bit of remorse she seemed to have after the disruption she caused was for her father.
What was that? You said you don't deserve this?
My dad.
Oh, I agree. Let this be a learning experience.
The breathalyzer test showed Stephanie's alcohol intake was 3 times over the legal limit. She was eventually charged with resisting an officer, fleeing, reckless driving, and a DUI. She was sentenced to 2 years of probation, but did manage to get a special permission from the judge to travel out of the country for a cruise. Being a famous TV personality will not get you out of trouble with police officers either, especially when they're just trying to help. Footage obtained from an on-site body cam shows former love and hip-hop star Joselyn Hernandez getting into an altercation with a bunch of cops backstage at a boxing match in June 2023.
Respect! You don't bring somebody that don't rock with the act, the main act. You don't bring somebody here that rock with the main act. Don't do that.
Please.
Weirdo ass.
Get him out of here. Get that mother out of here. Get him out of here.
Camera, man.
Get him out of here. Get that out of here.
Relax. We'll take care of this.
Get him out of here right now.
He's on the way.
Get him out of here right now.
He's going.
Oh, it's going to be a Royal Rumble. Come on, man. Get him out of here. It's going to be a Royal Rumble.
You're on the good side.
Officers were trying to calm down spirits after another reality TV star, Big Lex, allegedly got on Joselyn's nerves. Despite their best efforts, things took a wrong turn when an officer gently tapped on the woman's shoulder, urging her to contain herself. What followed was a nasty combination of inappropriate behavior, rage, and racial slurs.
You don't want any trouble. Hey, you don't do that.
Don't you touch me. I don't care. Listen, white man. Don't you touch me. Don't you touch me, white man. Listen. No, don't that white man touch me. That white man better not touch me. Let's go south. Do not touch me. Do not touch me.
The situation seemed to have calmed down for a bit as Joselyn and the officers were taken to a nearby room. But it didn't last long before things heated up again. Joselyn keeps yelling at the officers and ends up hitting at least 2 of them. Even after she was forcibly placed on the floor and arrested, the woman still didn't stop spewing out profanities towards the officers.
Y'all want to kill me? You I got you.
Relax, relax.
Good, I got it. You. If you kill me, you all gonna die.
Nobody wants to hurt you.
Joselyn kept going even after she was removed from the premises and taken to the police car. At one point, more than 4 cops were needed to push her outside the building, each carrying one of her limbs.
Hey, let's go. We're gonna get more charges.
Stop
resisting. Stop kicking. Stop. Hey!
Let go of me.
Stop! Let me out!
Hey! Let go of me right now. Hey! You look at me. Yes, you let go of me. You tell them to let go of me right now. Yes!
Then walk like a person.
After this incident, Joselyn was sentenced to 2 years of probation. She gained herself quite a bouquet of charges, including resisting with violence and battery on a law enforcement officer. She was also ordered by the court to write a letter of apology to the deputy she had targeted while she was being arrested. No matter how hard they tried, and despite all their shady tactics, none of these spoiled brats and nasty Karens could escape being brought to justice, and rightfully so, as it shouldn't matter who you are, what family you're from, or how loaded your bank account is. If you break the law, be ready to suffer the consequences.